news is that your study guide is your homework. So I'm not going to give you any extra homework. You did study guide yet, Jazz? Remind me after class I'll get one to you, okay? It's sitting somewhere here. Okay, so word problems. I'm going to show you 4 word problems, and I promise you'll see a couple of them on the test. Okay, so we start here. 2 ships leave a port at noon. Ship A travels at a bearing of north 32 degrees west. See why we talked about bearings? At a speed of 5 miles an hour. Ship B is traveling at a bearing of south 75 degrees east at a speed of 4. How far apart are they at 4 p.m.? Now, I will show you how to set it up. Now, the good news for you is that I will show you how to set up all the problems. I'm not going to ask you anything outside of what I've shown you how to set up. But yes, as a mathematician, there comes a time where you hope to be able to set them up on your own without, somebody doing the work for you, okay? So, the ship is traveling north 32 degrees west. Tell me, which quadrant will that put me in? The second quadrant, okay? Very good. The other ship is traveling south 75 degrees east. Which quadrant will that put me in? 4. How far apart? Something challenging, huh? Let's try to write in some pieces that we know. This angle right here is how much? 32 degrees. This angle is how much? How long have they been traveling for? How many hours? Why do you say 4 hours? Noon to 4 is 4 hours. If the first one is traveling at 5 miles an hour for 4 hours, how far is it traveling? 20. So I have that length. Ooh, look at that. The other one is traveling at 4 miles per hour, so it has traveled a total distance of 16. Everybody see that? Well, it has traveled 4 hours, and it has traveled at either 5 miles per hour, would be the first one, and 4 miles per hour for the second one. So if it goes 5 every hour, that would mean a total of 20, right? 5, 5, 5, 5. The other one, 4, 4, 4, and 4. You see that? All right. Now I'm wondering how far apart these are. So I have 2 sides. I'm looking for the opposite side. What missing piece do you think I need? An angle, right? It would be nice to have this angle right there. Well, I know that this much is 32. How much is this right here? 90. And how much is this little bit here? 15. So 90 and 15 makes 105. Plus 32 makes 137 degrees. What type of triangle do I have? Side, 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 angle, side, angle. What do I have? Side, angle, side. What do we use to solve side, angle, side? What's your sheet? What do you use to solve side, angle, side? Law of cosines. When I use the law of cosines, okay, remember this is ship B, so I'll call this angle B. This is ship A, so I'll call it angle A. We'll call this angle C. Which side am I trying to find? C. So I can set up C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared minus 2AB times the cosine of angle C. So C squared is equal to, what is A? 20 squared. What is B? 16 squared minus 2 times 20 times 16 times the cosine of 137 37 degrees. I take out my calculator. And I get, type it all in, 20 squared. What? Degrees, great. 20 squared plus 16 squared is 2 times 20 times 16. Cosine of 137. $33.53. What? What's the measurement? Miles. Let's go far apart there. Look for distance. So you have a problem like that on your study guide. Now, if you flip to your study guide, it is problem number 8. Okay. So your first homework problem is to do problem 8 on your study guide. Fair enough? 3 more problems. Problem number 2. A plane flies 300 miles at a bearing of north 80 degrees. Whoop. Sorry. We're going to go no, that's this one is supposed to be different. So this is north 80 degrees east, and this one's supposed to be north 20 degrees east. You tell me, am I flying right now at north 80 degrees east? Which direction should I move? Okay with that? Is that okay estimation? It's an 80-degree bearing, right? How far do I fly in that direction? So I'm going to put a dot here saying that at 300, that's where I stop and I turn. And I turn it to what direction? North 20 degrees east. Is this north 20 degrees east? No. Is this? How about that? About 20 degrees east to north? Fair enough. 20-degree bearing. How far is that? 400. Question is, how far apart is the plane from its original position? What piece of information do I need to know? I would like to find the other side. In order to find that other side, what else do I have to find? An angle. Degree would be nice to know that angle. I have no idea what it is. How do we find it? It's a good idea. Won't work though. Sorry. Has to do with the 80 and the 20. I tried to set it up so you'd see it. I was flying at a bearing of 80. I turned to a bearing of 20. So how many degrees did I turn? So everybody see that this would have to be 60 degrees. If I was flying at a bearing of 80 and I turned to a bearing of 20, it means I turned 60 degrees. So what is the other angle? 120. Because that's to add up to, on a straight line, 180. So what kind of triangle do I have? Side angle side. What do we solve the side angle side? Log cosine. Okay. I'll call this A. I'll call this B, call this C. So which side are we trying to find? No. So A is right here, right? B is right here. Trying to find side C. We're going to set up the law of cosines. C squared is equal to 300 squared plus 400 squared minus 2 times 300 times 400 times the cosine of 120. Calculator ran out of batteries. Charge it. Plug it in. 300 squared plus 400 squared minus 2 times 300 times 400 times the cosine of 120. Is that my answer? What do I have to do? So 8.28 miles. Any issue there? Does 608.28 sound reasonable? Look at the rest of the distances. All right, two more. Point A is due north of point B. Point C lies west of both. Point A up here, down here. A, B. Where would C be? Yep. We have some side lengths, don't we? AB is 12. BC is, and AC is. They want to know the bearing from C to B and bearing from C to A. Okay. What do I have to find? You know, if I want to figure out bearing, what do I have to find that I don't have? You got to find an angle. What kind of triangle do you have? Side, side, side. What do we use? Law of cosines. I use the law of cosine side, side, side. Which side should I start by finding first? The largest. To start with the largest. 15. Very good. So I start with, well, we're going to start with side B. So B squared is equal to A squared plus C squared is 2AC times the cosine of B. That's the formula we choose because we're looking for the biggest angle, which is going to be angle B. B squared will be 15 squared, or 225, equals A squared is going to be 169. C squared, will solve. C squared is 144 minus 2 times 12 times 13 times the cosine of B. Uh-oh, what to do? How do I solve that? What do I have to move over to the other side? 169 and 144. Over here? No. Multiplication is commutative. So 225 minus 169 minus 144. I get negative 88. Equals, what do I do with these three numbers there? Multiply them, so negative 2 times 12 times 13 is negative 312. Because I can't combine the 169 with the 144 with this, because these are all tied together to the cosine. They're not like terms. These are just numbers that I can subtract over. These are attached to here. So how do I get rid of the negative 312? I divide it off. So I got negative 88 divided by negative 312. I get 0.28, 0.051. How do I find B? What do I do? Good. Cosine inverse of the answer. We get 73.62. I really need to know angle C, don't I? How would I find angle C? Good. 73 of 62 over 15 equals sine of C over 12. Good. So I invoke the law of sines. 12 sine of 73.62 divided by 15. Is that my answer? $50.13. Let's find A. Let's just subtract. Huh. Well, good we found out before checks. All right. So I have those three angles, but they're asking the bearing, aren't they? So let's draw our little diagram in here. Yep. What is this angle here? How do I figure that out? Good. So 90 minus 73.62, 16.4 is 73.62. And then these three angles have to add up to 180. 180 minus 73.62 minus 50.13, 56.25. Which one? This one? 180 minus 90 minus 16.4. I apologize, you guys. The problem, as it's written, has created some confusion over the years. I will not put that in that form for you guys. So it says C from B. That's the same as saying B to C. And then A to C. So I will make sure I ask it like that, not from. Okay? So let's do B to C. So where do I put my compass? At B. What is the direction of travel? Describe it to get from B to C. North, west. How many degrees to the west of north do you need to turn? 73.62 degrees. So that is the bearing. Let's go A to C. Where do I put my compass? A. Describe the direction of travel. South, west. How many degrees to the west of south do I turn? again on the test, I'll allow you to either answer it in that directional form or the stanza form. Kind of tricky, huh? Yep. And our final problem. We're skipping. Do example 5. This is the most involved example, but it summarizes everything that we've learned, and so I love it. And it really, truly tests to see how well you understand the material. So I promise you will have this problem on the test. You will not have as big of numbers, but you will have this kind of a problem on the test. It says, the southernmost boundary of a four-sided piece of land is a river. Okay, so we've got a river here. So, it's like some fish swimming. Shark. Shark just had lunch. Jaws attack! Oh! Too graphic for class. he always starts smiling too. Like, it's a good time. All right. All right, we got a river. Jaws is attacking people. All right. So the three other boundary lines are 285. And I'll diagram this for you on the test. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I know. So we've got those, okay? And it says the northernmost angles are 98 degrees and 105 degrees. Now, again, I will label that for you on the test, and I'll do so on your study guide so that there's no confusion. The question is, what is the area of the piece of land? And part of what's exciting for me about this, you guys, is I was a land surveyor during the summers. And this is part of what we used to do when I was in college. We would do problems like this. Now, the computers could generally do it, but one time I was on a job. Let's do it. I don't know how to find the area of that shape. What shapes do we know how to find the area of? Rectangles? Triangles. Let's make a triangle. After all, we are taking the trigonometry course, and we did talk about area of triangles. Remember the day we went outside together? Yep, not today. And remember when we went outside together? Remember we found the area? We're going to do the same thing here. Very good. So we'll do triangle 1. We'll call that triangle 1. Triangle 1, we have 1/2 times 564 times 285 times the sine of 98. Good. Point 0.5 times 564 times 285 times the sine of 98. Boom. What? Oh, I didn't have the 560. All right. 79,587. Right. Right. Kind of like how we'll get rid of the shark. Yep. And here we go. We've got c squared is equal to 285 squared plus what? 564 squared minus 2 times 285 times 564 times the sine of, or cosine of, 98. 285 squared plus 564 squared minus 2 times 285 times 564 times the cosine of 98. Can I get that? Is that my answer? No. Square root it, and you get. See? All right. Bet. All right. There we go. There we go. The devil. Sharks and devil, 1 unit. Here we go. Well, that kind of helps me. I've got my side now, but now I need the angle. Well, if I could find x, would I be able to find y? So how do you find x? Sine of over Satan is equal to sine of what angle are we trying to find? X over what's its side? 285. Let's solve that. $25.06. Can I now find y? What do I do? Do I now have enough information to find that area? Triangle 2 will have area of 1/2 times, what's one of the sides? 666.38. With the other side? 222. Sine of, what's the included angle? To multiply that out, 0.5 times 666.38 times 322 times sine of 79.94. And I get 105,637.68 feet squared. What should I do to those two answers? Add them. 79,587.84. And I get 185,225.52 feet squared. That, my friends, is imperial. I promise you that you will do this kind of problem in the test, but instead of giving you numbers like 285, we'll give you numbers like 7. But do you understand why I'm such a fan of that problem? Did we use the area formula? Did we use the law of cosines? Did we use the law of sines? Did we learn something new? Yeah. So I think that really encompasses what we truly want to know and understand in its entirety. So let me show you what to do for your assignment.